Welcome to Copilot Cafe. In this session, we're going to be looking at Copilot in Outlook. We're just going to look at some of those key features. We're going to learn how it can save us time by helping us draft and reply to emails. We're going to look at how it can help us summarize and just make sense to some of those longer threads. And then I'm going to show you how you can command Outlook using Copilot, using some of the great features like setting up new rules and out of office, or just asking questions that you need the answers to that are related to your emails and are going to help you carve that response a little bit better. So let's get started and have a look. So I'm just going to break this demo up into 3 parts. The first part, we're going to have a look at creating emails. So really simply, how can we use Copilot to help us quickly reply back to emails? Now, we've done a lot of research at Microsoft about how Copilot needs a habit to be created to help us get on board with this new way of working. And to create that habit, they recommend that we try to incorporate Copilot into our day-to-day for 11 minutes every day for 11 weeks. And that's going to help us absolutely cement that new habit into our daily work. 11 minutes is nothing. And for me personally, as somebody who's been using Copilot for quite a while now, 11 minutes, I've done that in the first hour that I start work. And most people start their work by checking their calendar, checking their emails. So you could probably have done your 11 minutes in that first hour just by checking your inbox. So to help you build that habit of thinking about how Copilot can help you in your everyday, this is a great way to start your day. So let's go and have a look. So I'll start my day checking my inbox, and I can see the first email I've got here is an invite for our exec Simon to a leadership roundtable on the 15th of September. And they need an RSVP by the 1st of September, so that's great. Unfortunately, Simon can't make that. So I'm going to use Copilot to help me reply back to this email. Now, if I go to the top here, I can see the Copilot button. I can click Draft with Copilot, and then I get my prompt box. So I can start replying back to that email. So, hi Joe, unfortunately, Simon will be out of the office for the middle 2 weeks of September. Thanks for the invite. Now, I've kept it really brief there. I'm just going to say I would like it to be in a formal tone, and maybe I want it to be medium length so I can give it a bit more information. And then I'm going to press generate, and let's just see what Copilot came up with. I don't have to fluff it up with lots of pretty stuff. It's going to help me. So thanks for the invitation. We're very interested. Simon will be out of the office. Yeah, it's all good. Is there any possibility of rescheduling? And I don't really want to ask them to reschedule everybody. So I'm going to ask to edit that. You can see down the bottom here, I've got this box, anything you'd like to change. Well, yeah, I would like to remove the comment on rescheduling. So I'm just going to generate that. Let's see what we get. All right. This is a lot better. So, hi Joe, thanks for the invitation round table. Sounds really interesting. Unfortunately, Simon can't make it. I'm happy with that. Press keep it, and then I can make edits. I could add a little bit more if I want to, but I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to press send. And you'll see here, I've got this message that says, just check, because you are responsible for this content, even though it was created with Copilot. So the next part of this demo, we're going to go and have a look at how we can use Copilot to coach us in how to craft our emails a little bit better. I'll just give some things to think about. We're also going to ask Copilot to summarize a long thread. And my favorite feature at the moment is this schedule with Copilot. So I'm hoping you're going to love it too. Schedule is going to save me a lot of time and stress, I'm sure. So let me just show you this first one. This is about coaching. So my second message here is from Amber, and Amber would like to just check that next week's leadership meeting on the Copilot Cafe project is going ahead. So I've got these kind of automatic replies that I can and use at the top here. So yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, the plans are good. Yeah, we're still set. So I could quickly just reply with one of these if I wanted to. So yeah, we're all set. So I click on that and it's popped it in there. Now that's not quite enough. So I'm going to ask Copilot to help me. So go back up to the Copilot button and I just select draft with Copilot. Now it's going to pop that, yes, we're all set, into the box for me. So nice, simple. And I could, again, change what kind of tone or length that I would like to use. So I select generate. And again, it's just going to top and tail this for me. We spend a lot of time being pleasant and adding beginnings and ends into our emails. So because I said to keep it short, it's just added a little bit more information on there saying, yeah, we're still on track for the leadership meeting. Now I could press send, or I could ask for a little bit of coaching. So if I go back up to the Copilot button and I select coaching by Copilot, it's going to analyze what my reply is and maybe give me some tips on things I should consider. So if I look here, I've got tone. Could I have said things like, instead of everything is on track, maybe I'm pleased to confirm that everything is on track, or looking forward to successful meetings. So thanks again. Bit of clarity, maybe let's, instead of saying next week's leadership team, maybe I could have just said next Tuesday's leadership team to be absolutely clear on what I'm talking about. So you see here, tone, reader sentiment, clarity, gives you some tips on things that you could think about adding, but I'm good with that. So again, I'm just going to press send. Now, there's often times where you get these emails that have got really long threads. So if I come back off leave and there's been a ton of back and forwards going back, yeah, I can see here an email here. It's got a number of different threads to it. There is a little button here called a summary by Copilot. And if I click this, it's going to analyze the threads. It's just going to give me like a top few tips. So it doesn't go into great detail, but it'll give me maybe 5 lines on the main points, like the latest actions and the sentiment of that email thread. So continuing to work through my emails, I can see here I've got one from Amber. She's a little bit concerned about the budget for the Copilot Cafe, and she wants to have a conversation with Simon about moving some of the budget about from printing over to social media and advertising. So she wants a meeting to discuss. So I need to set up just a pre-brief to understand a little bit more. So I can use the schedule with Copilot button. So if I go to the top here, just on this top bar, if I open this up, you can see it automatically puts in to the participants list the people that were in that email thread. It's found a time that everybody's available, and that's the bit I love the most, like just saving me time. So it said we need 30 minutes. It's found that time in the diary there. But another great thing that it's done, it's marked as a Teams meeting, but it's added in here a link to the original email, and it's created me an agenda straight away, giving the points that Amber's raised, and then giving me a summary of the conversation so far. So that's just saved me a ton of time. That's going to be really, really helpful. And if I go and press insert now, I can go back and edit this. I'll just give it a quick check. Happy with that. There's a few things I need to add. I'm just going to press insert. And you see now I can go and I can even make some more edits. So another agenda item is arranging that follow-up time with Simon. And then again, I'm happy with that. I can just go and send that out. So really, really quick. That's probably saved me quite a lot of time. Now, this is the bit that I'm even more excited about. So we start thinking about how I can use Copilot to do some of the things in Outlook that, take me a bit of time that really shouldn't. Also thinking about how you can find information. So let me just show you what I mean by Command Outlook. If I go to the top right here and it's my profile picture, see there's a Copilot button there. I can open that up and it's going to open this sidebar up. Give me a load of prompts that I can try. And it, depending on where I am in Outlook, I will get different prompts. If I am in the inbox, I'm going to get these kind of prompts: find something, get tips, help me write, that kind of stuff. I can also extend it a little bit. I can go and look at my chat history. And then I've got some more prompts down the bottom here that I can use. So things like understand, like catch up on my emails, what should be on my radar from last week. So I definitely recommend going and have a look at some of the prompts that are already available. So I could ask questions about things. So maybe I need to know a bit more about this Copilot budget challenge. So I could go in and I could ask Copilot to give me a little bit more information on that. Catch up. I can see here actually there's a prompt already there. So what is the latest on? Well, I could just put Copilot Cafe budget and let's see if it's going to just help me get up to speed with all the different conversations that are going on. So it's going to have a look and see what it can find. So coming through relevant information. All right. So it's found a document about budget and it's now giving me all the information from that document. And it's pointing and telling me where it got that information from. Because it's looking for my emails as well, it's also called out the email from Amber about her concerns. So it just helps just get me up to speed maybe before that meeting happens. Now, if I go to the calendar, you'll see when I click on calendar, the prompts actually change. So now I'm thinking about how do I prepare or catch up? When is my next meeting with? So I can ask various questions here that might be to do with my calendar, which is handy. So let me ask a question. When is my next meeting on Copilot training? Now, because it can see my calendar, it can go through there and it can bring that information back to me. So it's going to go through all the meetings I've got. And it's saying on the 28th of August, 10 a.m., you've got a meeting on Copilot training. These are the people. Here's a link to that meeting. So pretty handy, especially if you've got a really busy calendar. So other things that you can do, maybe I need to organize my inbox a little bit. You'll see here, it says organize my inbox. And I could say create an inbox rule to add a category of read to all emails from Cora Thomas. So I don't have to know how to make complex rules. I just need to know what I want the outcome to be. So instead of having to go into rules now, it's going to open rules for me and have pre-populated some of these things. So categorize emails from Cora Thomas as read. So it's gone in, it says from Cora Thomas, categorize in red. I'm going to run that rule now just so you can see what that looks like. Okay. Right. And you can see here now that Cora has got that red category. Now, this is really, really useful because I'm one of these people that tends to categorize my inbox. My calendar. So if I have 5 different customer accounts, each one of those will have a different category. So I can start asking questions of my calendar. You know, how many meetings have I had with this customer in the past 2 months? How many meetings have I had for this customer? You know, when was the last time we had a meeting on, roadmap, things like that. So I can start asking questions about my calendar. And actually, you know, if I've got an influx of messages that keep coming in and I get a new customer, I can quickly set up those rules without having to spend too much time trying to make sure I've got the right triggers and everything there. Now, another thing I could do is ask Outlook or Copilot to help me with my out of office. So I can use this command box to just set my out of office for today until the 29th of August. So I put in whatever dates make sense. And then I'm going to get this box. I've actually already got some automatic replies on, so it's kind of giving me that nudge. But I'm going to say, I want these dates. That looks great. I might just give a bit of an update to the wording, and then I can press save. So just a really quick way to get those automatic replies on without having to go to much effort. Now, another thing that I find really useful here is this Copilot box on the left-hand rail. So if I click that, that's going to open up the bigger Copilot chat window, which means I've got all the kind of suggested prompts in there. It gives me access to the graph, so I can ask questions of my chats, my emails, my meetings, people, all of this great information. I love Copilot Chat. I spend most of my time in here looking for information, asking questions of my different communications. If you're interested to know about Copilot Chat, I've got a separate section on that. Go and take a look, because actually I think it's the best place to start, especially if you want to learn more about how Copilot interacts with things like meetings and files and chats and emails and people, and the kind of prompts that you can use. Definitely go away and have a look at that. You'll find it, as I said, in that left-hand rail. So whether you're using Classic Outlook or you're using New Outlook, you'll find it in that left-hand side. And it's exactly the same thing that you would find in Teams. It's the same screen. It's just showing you in Outlook rather than Teams. So in summary, why should you use Copilot in Outlook? Well, it can save you time drafting those emails. How much time do you think you spend thinking about what you're going to say and changing things up? Let Copilot be your first draft. Think about coaching. Actually, if that email is really important to you and you want to get the right tone, maybe ask Copilot just to check it over. Are you being as humble as you want to be? Is the tone set right? It'll give you some, are you giving it enough clarity? So it'll give you some ideas. If you've got big threads of emails, ask Copilot just give you a quick summary. That might help you there. And then use that command box, use that Copilot sidebar. Have a look at the default prompts that give you some ideas. Think about using it to set up rules, put your out of office in, but also ask questions. I used it the other day when I was invited to an event in London, and I wanted to know where the nearest tube station was, and then I wanted to know what line that tube was. So I just asked it some quick questions. I can ask it questions of the data that I've got access to as well. So you saw me asking about the budget for Copilot Cafe. It went and found a file for me. It checked my emails and it brought those two things together to help give me a bit of a summary there. So think about how you can, if you spend a lot of time in Outlook, how can Copilot be your new best friend to help you create that new 11-minute habit so that you start getting the best out of Copilot. So that's it for this session. I hope you find it useful. Till the next time.
Welcome to the Copilot Cafe. Join Joe for a 10-minute stay. Learn new tips every day with demos that light the way.